Here's the one thing that nobody saw coming, and this is the competition of states. I don't put companies here in New York anymore, or in Massachusetts, or in New Jersey, or in California. Those states are uninvestable. The policy here is insane. The taxes are too high. We put them in Fargo, North Dakota, because 40% of the people work elsewhere, including Boston. So I was, of a bit of a debate with Elizabeth Warren about this, but I say, look, Senator, we've got to move the companies out of your state because you're not investable anymore. You're punishing people if they're successful. You overtax them. You hit them with a super tax. New Jersey, what a mess. New York, uninvestable.
Wait,
California,
why is New York uninvestable?
Try and do a project in New York. Try and build a data.
I'm asking, Don's point, is it beyond the taxes?
Oh, the regulatory environment is punitive. I had a project in upstate New York behind the grid in Niagara Falls for electricity, a global data center we were building. Eventually, it got so bad with the politicians in the local region and the state policy, we moved it to Norway and all the jobs. Wow. Norway has it now. Thousands of jobs coming out of that. I mean, that's New York, uninvestable. Sorry, don't.
And yet, we're supposed to believe that Biden is creating a bunch of jobs. I mean, that's what they allegedly said, that they are allegedly creating a bunch of jobs. But you got a guy right here telling you, we're literally taking these jobs and sending them off somewhere else because it's just ridiculous around here.
Shoot the messenger, just telling you the way it is.
Yeah,
That's it. Uninvestable.
Some pushback from our elected officials in New York on that.
I was just going to say Kathy Hochul.
Yeah, but
I'll debate them any time of the day you want.
We would love to set that up.
Particularly
I'd watch
AOC.
that.
She's great at killing jobs. She kills jobs by the thousands. Another New Jersey problem. Where did Amazon take their jobs? They took them away from her. She threatened to sue them if they created jobs. I mean, this is a reality. It's a reality that the business...
There's a little more to it, but let's not relitigate that.
Well, sorry, just telling the truth.
He's saying what a lot of people are saying, especially what happened with that Amazon thing here in New York. Just real quickly, I don't want to hog the conversation, but what was Elizabeth Warren's response when you said that to her?
Look, I have a lot of respect for her because it's okay to have a debate about politics, but not policy. When you have punitive policy, you're making a mistake. And I want to just put up my hand and say, I don't agree, Senator, with your policy. I respect you as a politician, a very successful one. She's very successful, and that's the state where I grew my kids. I mean, our family grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. We left there to move to Florida like everybody else is because it's such a tough place to... this is a tough message. People really are critical about this, but somebody has to call it out because this is a competition of states now, and we don't put money there anymore. We put it in other places, and jobs are created elsewhere. Over time, this is going to diminish New Jersey, diminish New York, diminish Massachusetts, and California out of business. Out of business. El Morte. No business there. You can't do business there. I don't know what that place is going to turn into. Maybe a tourist zone, but no business. Imagine San Francisco. You can't even walk at night out in the street. Sorry.
Talk about what's happening.
So, that was a longer clip, but I think it was important to show because now people are coming out and speaking on the truth about these Democrat policies and how terrible they actually are. I mean, he literally said, I don't know what California is going to do. Like they're going to be out of business. This is going to be a tourist zone or something. And notice that he said he went from Massachusetts to where did he say? Florida. I wonder why he went to Florida. I wonder why he doesn't invest in some of these other places as well. Must be Democrat policies. Must be a Republican running Florida. Oh, that Ron DeSantis guy. Yeah, the guy that's going to come back in 2028 and run after Trump, does his thing in 24. Yeah, that guy. The Republican guy. And, speaking of the California situation, you guys may have heard about this, but check this out.
All right, new numbers show that California may have even less money next year than initially predicted. According to a nonpartisan state agency, the state is expected to face a $25 billion deficit next year. It comes in sharp contrast to last year's budget when the state had so much extra money that it was forced to send some back to taxpayers. Last year's surplus also allowed lawmakers to expand Medicare, paid family leave, and offer free preschool for 4-year-olds. But
had so much money that they were giving it back to taxpayers. And now they're facing a $25 billion, not million, $billion deficit. They went from over 100 surplus to a bill or 25 billion deficit. Yeah. $125 billion swing. And they want Gavin Newsom to be a president at some point. I dropped a YouTube short yesterday, and Senator Kennedy, who I absolutely love. I wish Kennedy was my uncle or something. That guy is absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But he said something in the short that I found true and hilarious at the same time. He said, if Joe Biden was in charge of the Sahara Desert, he would run out of sand. And isn't that the truth? It is the same thing with Gavin. If Gavin was in charge of a desert, he would literally run out of sand. It's the funniest thing, but it's so true. These policies do not work. They don't work. They're terrible. Absolutely trash policies. I don't understand how some people can continuously get behind Democrats who are pushing these policies, and Joe's coming back out to ask for even more money. And I'm just like, what? And increase the budget. No, how about we decrease our spending? How about that, Joe? How about that, administration? How about we stop spending so much darn money? How about we stop printing so much cash? You ever thought of that? It's amazing. Like it's like rocket science or something. Like who would have thought? Just stop spending so much darn money. Bingo. You know, it's crazy. It is crazy. But anyway, who am I? You know.
Job Creators Network President and CEO Alfredo Ortiz joins me now. Alfredo, what was your reaction when you saw what I will call AOC spiking the football after fumbling and potentially spiking the football even after losing the game?
Yeah, Todd, thank you for having me. Boy, AOC is like the gift that keeps on giving. If she spent actually more time worrying about creating jobs versus killing jobs, I think we'd be in a much better situation. And maybe she should stop going to so many performances at the Met and really focus on her district and creating jobs and bringing jobs to her district. Todd, I actually have a place in Arlington, so I actually see this place all the time. And the transformation in that area is unbelievable. And she knows it because if she goes to National Airport, which I'm sure she does, she passes this area every single time. And so this area has seen massive transformation, and that could have been New York. So Kevin O'Leary is absolutely right. She is a job killer.
We'll see how the ethics investigation goes as to the Met Gala and the Met dress and all that. That's a topic for a different day. But you heard AOC mention the billboards. Well, she didn't like him. You put them up. Job Creators Network putting up a series of billboards calling for AOC, calling her out for chasing
25,000 lost New York City jobs, 4 billion in lost wages, 12 billion in lost economic activity. Thanks for nothing, AOC. Great job. Remember who said that? Was it Whoopi? Was it Joy? somebody on that show made a disgusting comment about the East Palestine situation, and basically said, in my estimation, in a roundabout way, in my humble opinion, they kind of deserved it because that's what they voted for. Well, New York City, New York State, congratulations. You played yourself.
Away Amazon, one reading, quote, 25,000 lost NYC jobs, $4 billion in lost wages, $12 billion in lost economic activity for New York. Thanks for nothing, AOC. She's only one person, but just how disastrous has Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez been for the New York city and state economy?
Absolutely disastrous. And yes, we're the ones that proudly put that billboard up, and I guess she expected an apology from me and my organization, when she's not going to have it. The numbers still, and her math doesn't add up. I mean, if you look at Florida, for example, it now has, first time in history, more employees than the state of New York. And so people are fleeing these blue states. Again, wow. Kevin was absolutely right.
Wow. Hey, AOC, this billboard cost about $4,000, but you cost New York 25,000 jobs and $4 billion in annual lost wages. Ouch. I love it. I love it. We need to do more stuff like this as a collective. As a collective, we need to do more stuff like this. I think this would be really, really cool to do. We could all, I don't know the legal ramifications of all of this, but I think it would be really cool if we could all put our money in a pot and, buy billboards to expose some of these terrible policies, expose some of these terrible Democratic politicians, and TV ads as well. Because, yeah, New Yorkers need to see this kind of stuff. Just regular people need to see this kind of stuff because not everybody's looking into it. So when they see a billboard like this, then they turn and look at AOC like, you caused us to lose that much money? Really? AOC? Well, I'll be thinking about the next time you're up for re-election. I think it's important that we make more people aware of this kind of stuff.
They're fleeing the blue states. Look at Walmart. Walmart just left Oregon, right? Mm-hmm. And so guess what? They actually have the ability just to close up stores and leave an entire state. Our small businesses don't have that ability. They really don't. Some of them can, and some of them did flee New York, for example. I mean, the New York City tax, I believe, this best, Todd, I think it's about 15% for city tax. You know what it is in Miami? 0.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what more needs to be said at this point? Democrat policies are terrible. Everybody's running to Republican states or just leaving the country in general. I mean, the proof is in the eating, as Joe Biden would say. How much more proof do you need? Democrat policies are terrible. Absolutely garbage. AOC cares more about virtue signaling than she does care about putting money in people's pockets. But, for my estimation, that's the Democratic way. Keep you broke and poor. We'll never teach you how to fish. But guess what? We'll give you a fish, but just make sure you vote for us in 2024. I'm just saying. I don't know that with 100% certainty, but that's what it looks like to me personally. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.